Hey guys,
I'm Jerry.
I'm Sierra.
We're ladies.
And we tangent. Toesies. Spider hiding in the corner. Super fucking normal. Why is he looking at me? Why is he moving? Stop moving. Welcome everyone. It's Cone.
A big lumber nose.
It has the juice.
It has the juice.
Can't imagine a moment. I'm sorry. I just had to start it.
It's good. I love that it's called a song. The
corn song.
Corn song, but no. It's the corn kit. Fuck. What is it? It says but it unites the world.
Yeah, and it does.
It does unite the world.
Because
it's calm.
Yeah. Fucking A.
Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm on beer number 2, and this is 8.5%.
Shit! I didn't go get a second one.
Well, you snooze, you lose.
Next time you restart the camera, I'm running up in that
Okay.
bitch.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fun episode. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
You fucking ready?
I'm ready.
Should we say hi?
Oh. What's up, everyone? Hello. I thought you greeted everyone with cone.
Well, I did, but then I felt bad for not. The people
proper
flip out if we don't give them
one
what they
person. They're everyone to see her.
No, but I'm somebody who if I listen to something and it's a certain way, I need routine. I need a little bit of a routine, even though we're
That's fair.
chaos. I tell Corey all the time, the ADHD, my preferred method all the time is controlled chaos.
Yes.
It seems chaotic, but it is controlled in a way.
Yep.
I know where everything is, but
Yeah. Looks a mess.
but I know
Yeah.
up here it's all together.
There's a system.
Yeah, and it's
It's not the Dewey Decimal.
the doomy, but sorry.
Oh, butthole.
Sorry.
You wanted to tell
I
me something
know.
about your butthole. Was that your transition?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my butthole.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go to a doctor.
Really?
Because it wasn't healing, and I was like, what's going on? Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because I had a 2nd degree burn in my ass crack. 2nd fucking degree burn.
What?
I know. I was like, that is deep. That is deep. That is multiple layers of skin.
Dang.
Yeah, 2nd degrees.
You never been a redhead, huh?
Mm.
We stay 2nd degree burned.
I think I've gotten 2nd degree burned one time, and it was when at work I dumped the hot coffee on my arm. Oh, it was terrible. I was supposed to be emptying it. Didn't know that someone left it on because you're supposed to shut it off at the end of the night. And I went to move it. The pot was up here. It fell. Wasn't empty. Yeah.
Listen, having that kind of a burn that close to my taint just sounds...
Dude, I know. That's why I was like, so it's finally healed to the point where it doesn't really badly hurt, but it still doesn't look great.
Yeah. Well, duh.
So it is in my asshole.
Oh my God. Speaking of ass cracks.
Please tell me all about it.
So I've been wearing a lot of bike shorts, compression shorts.
Love that.
And so, and my ass has gotten thick with several C's. I just feel like I have a fatty and she folds over in just the most delightful way.
Okay.
But it does cause butt acne.
Uh-huh. I have
Buttney.
some in my yeah.
Acne.
I got some
Acne. Yeah, it causes acne.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I was like, Shane, I'm constantly, he'll walk into the bedroom and I have one leg in the air and I'm like, is this a fucking zit on my ass? And he's got to get
hurts.
Inches from my butt.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it doesn't have a whitehead on it or anything, but it might be an ingrown hair. And I'm like, then you get the fucking tweezers and you go at that thing.
It hurts.
He reciprocated yesterday. He came in and he was like, what's this? And I was like, that is part of you I've not looked at ever.
That's his butt?
His whole fucking crack. Okay. And I'm
it's
like,
funny because they see ours.
Yes.
And especially if we've had children. They've seen,
Yeah.
I said that to Corey. He was like, I saw everything when
Yep.
you were giving birth.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, why? Whatever. But then one time he said something like that to me. And I was like, I've never seen in your ass crack.
Never. But I was freaking, my nose was in there, not all the way in there. I wasn't like a pig looking for truffles. I was just like a little bit away, and he had 3 of them. I pulled the hairs out. I pulled the hairs out. I did because I love my man. I love my man, and I fucking tend to him and his hairy asshole.
I am appalled.
Do you know
That's
how
a step too
disgusting
far
we are?
For me. I have popped a zit, but just on the cheek. If it was in the crack,
What kind of cheek?
on his ass cheek, for sure.
Do you not want me to tell that story?
It's funny.
Okay. Okay. I was like, oh no.
I didn't even get Corey's permission. Sorry. But I'm sure he'll be fine.
But
I do try to get in there a lot. I try to credit card swipe every chance I get.
you do.
Yeah, through the pants. I'm not doing
Yeah.
it. I don't know what I'll get.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll also say that one of the things that Shane and I really like to do is because he wears skinny jeans,
Mhm.
like he wears like tight pants. He would call them chicken legs. I think they're delightful. This lady loves a chicken leg. Okay. Anyway, he wears really tight pants because any pants that aren't tightly fitted to his legs look ridiculous on
That's
him.
me.
Yes.
Because I have tiny little legs and you let me wear your pants and I was like, these look crazy on me.
And so what are we saying about me that they look good on me?
You got a thick ass. With a lot of
I
teeth.
got that ass knee, that folding over thicky boy. Okay. So anyway, his pants are so tight.
How tight are they?
His pants are so tight that he gets ingrown hairs on his knee. But like not ingrown hairs in the way that like it creates a zit. Ingrown hairs is in like the skin grows over them. So we just sit there and we just pull the hairs out of his knee. And some of them, some places they don't grow hair anymore because the fabric has rubbed it so raw. It's like, you know what? I'm good.
That's what happened to
I
my
don't need to grow.
The laser did its job.
Yeah.
It just was like, oh, I took off some layers of skin. Hope that was cool. Your follicles are dead as fuck.
Yeah. Ain't shit coming back.
Nope.
I love that we are
I've
like
not moved
absolute
that.
filth and we still have the hot takes slips on the back of the couch.
How about this? I just realized that my
I cannot care.
baby is going to be a year
Yeah.
in 2 months, and I still have her bag from the hospital down in the dining room. I never moved it. I was just like, I'll unpack that eventually. She's 10 months old now.
Listen, my baby is going to be 2
Yeah, it's
next
wild.
week.
Wild.
Next fucking week. And I still have the donut inflated from when I fucking couldn't sit after I gave birth in his closet. Ollie was wearing it around like a fucking neck
Brace.
Yeah, like a necklace.
Pillow
Yeah.
at the airport.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay.
Speaking of not anything that has to do with any of that.
Uh-huh.
So for this episode, we decided. Oh wait, I do have something more I want to say.
I got a
fucking
Kindle.
Wait a minute. What did you just say?
I got a Kindle.
No way.
Like a Kindle Paperwhite.
That's what I have. I'm sorry. I'm so excited about the
I have
paperweight.
it.
I fucking love it. Do you want a case? I have a case for it if you
I
want
would
it.
love a case.
It's pink, but
I don't want it.
okay.
You can keep your fucking case.
I bought a green one that I really like instead.
Oh,
It's like an olive
okay.
green, but you can't have that because that's what I traded
Yeah,
out
no,
for.
that's
Okay,
fine.
well, but you should look up.
I'd rather
cases.
break it.
They, I'd rather have fucking nothing. They have like these cool leather bound cases that I think you would really like.
Does it smell
I bet.
like a leather bound book?
I didn't get it.
You ate
but
a whole wheel of cheese. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
What is that from?
Anchorman.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, hold on. I
Rich mahogany. I'm not even saying these in order.
There was a comment that we got that I really wanted to read on our on our YouTube.
Okay.
So I have to find it. I apologize.
And while she does that, I'm just going to sing you
Could you?
some sweet, sweet songs.
Found it. No, you fucking won't. Oh, I think
Dang,
this is
you guys
from
were about to hear me sing Seal Kissed by a Rose.
This is from Caitlin, and I think potentially it was the Caitlin that we were just talking to about
when
her
were
wedding,
we talking about
maybe?
Caitlin? Oh, okay.
On the
okay.
live. We just did a Patreon live, by
Yeah.
the way. Go join our Patreon. Patreon.com.
If you want
/
to.
Ladies and Tangents.
If you want to.
We got a lot of good stuff on there. I'll tell you.
I think so.
And I think we should do more host stories on the page. Oopsies. Oh, wait, they already know what it is.
Yeah. It's in the title.
I was like, that was a surprise. Okay, so I really liked this comment.
Okay.
And I thought that it's important. And maybe eventually we'll do a whole thing and talk about it. But regarding my interrupting, first of all, thank you so much to everybody who was so sweet. Like, again, it wasn't even that somebody was super malicious.
I fucking interrupted.
There were people that were like, we hear Jerry interrupt you all the time.
I did just interrupt you intentionally to interrupt you, but okay.
But the people have been like, it wasn't even that someone was malicious. It was just like a lot of things that happened, and then that just kind of like capped it off, and I was just like, fuck, I can't do anything right, kind of a scenario. But I found this very interesting. So this says, hello ladies, I'm not finished watching this yet, but hearing Sierra talk about her insecurity around her ADHD and interrupting that people were calling her out on, I don't read YouTube comments, so I'm not sure exactly what people were saying. I felt compelled to point you guys in the direction of a concept called cooperative overlapping or cooperative interrupting. You can look up some great articles that will explain it much better than I can, but essentially it's the idea that people who interrupt during conversations aren't always interrupting to be rude. It's actually an entire communication style that is deeply influenced by regional culture as well as family dynamics.
Oh my God.
Hold on, you're going to love this. For example, people from New York and us have strong tendency to be cooperative interrupters in their communication, and it isn't seen as rude by fellow cooperative interrupters, but rather it's a sign of respect, understanding, and engagement in the conversation. In fact, cooperative interrupters will often start to feel anxious. Sorry, I lost my spot. Start to feel anxious, self-conscious, or uncomfortable if there's any lull in the conversation, or if they aren't talking to someone and they aren't being interrupted by the person they're talking to.
Yes,
then they get self-conscious.
If no one interrupts me, I feel so weird.
Then I'm like, where do I go with this sentence? You were supposed to pick up on this conversation, because that's how you and I have
must not
talked
be listening
forever. Yes. Okay. When I read this, I was like, this makes me feel.
I do it with Shane.
Me too with Corey, but Corey comes from a family who was cooperative interrupters. When me, Corey, and Jerry get together, none of us finish a fucking sentence, but none of us care because we've all grown up in family dynamics where that's literally what we do.
Yes.
That's how you are. If you don't interrupt in our family, you don't get heard.
Yeah.
That's it.
Truly.
We have multiple cousins that I don't know if I've ever heard their voices because they don't interrupt.
Yeah.
And you got to get in there. You got to wait for a pause, and then you got to say what you need to say or talk over someone, because other than that, you're not going to get hurt.
Or you're not, we can tell you don't care. Like, you're not engaged. And we're not going to engage with you either because you're no fucking fun.
No. Get out of here. So this said, I learned about this recently and have since been seeing these different communication styles in every interaction I have. Really, really interesting. And I think maybe learning about it and exploring if that feels like it may be your communication style, which I read articles, it absolutely is, both of ours.
I wonder if instead of just doing one specifically, like on this,
talk about communication styles in general.
Yeah.
Could help you feel much better about it and not experience so much shame around it, as it's not necessarily always a bad thing. Just wanted to let you guys know about this if you haven't heard. So again, if you're somebody who can't stand hearing people interrupt, this is not me saying like fuck you, but like maybe a different kind of podcast.
Yeah.
But like that's just it took me that whole week to have to really come to terms. And then when I read that and I started like diving into that, I was like, oh my God, this is just how we've always been.
Yeah.
You've never been upset that I interrupt you. And likewise, I don't get upset when you interrupt me, because it's how we've communicated since the day we were born.
Yep.
Like,
I don't even notice it. Now,
me neither.
Shane, a lot of times, I do it with him.
Yeah.
I do what is it, cooperative interrupting? Is that what it's
Yes.
called? I'll do that. Oftentimes I'll finish his sentences.
Yes.
And sometimes it's helpful because he does oftentimes struggle to finish the
Get the
sentence.
words out.
Yeah, finish the
That's
sentence that he
how
wants.
I am. And me and Shane both say that sometimes you have the words that we can't think of in
Yes.
the moment. And so I love when you finish my thought, because I'm like,
Mhm.
yes, you said it better than I could have, but that's what I was thinking.
Now, there are times, because Shane did not grow up in a... Well, I mean, I don't know. That's debatable.
Yeah.
Because I've been around his family.
Right.
But I do know that there are times where he's like, you were interrupting me. And I didn't even notice it. And it's because I thought that I was helping.
Yes.
But there are times where he has a very specific thought that he wants to get out. And if he's not able to get it out, it's really frustrating. So I can understand why someone who was listening would feel maybe like if they identify with Shane in those situations where they would think one of us is really frustrated.
Or,
But no.
And also, as you pointed out after we stopped recording, but it is something that like I hadn't even thought. But you were saying you already knew what was on every single piece of paper. So all of your thoughts you had already thought up your thoughts. I was reading everything and then having to immediately come up with thoughts.
Formulate them.
And if I can't get it out immediately, I always am worried that what I'm going to say isn't going to come out right, or I'm going to say it wrong, or I'm not going to get it out completely. And then I re-listen and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what I fucking meant to say at all. Well, it was supposed to be this.
You're having to have your immediate reaction, then question if you really want that to be your reaction.
Which was really tough with this one.
Yes.
Really tough.
And then come again with a justification or a adaptation of it. And so that's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot for you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we mentioned this as well, but it's also like that was not your typical job. You were doing a different job.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, because I'm normally the one that delivers.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Which you will be today.
Yeah.
And you be delivering.
Fucking interrupt today.
I will.
We're switching roles.
I'm back, baby. Speaking over.
And what I want to, I don't, again, nothing malicious to the person that said it. I don't even think they meant to be malicious. Truly, I think they were like constructive criticism. It was just something that like had been eating away at me for a while, which they couldn't have known. But like, it's an insecurity of mine that like was whatever. So like, I don't want anybody out there to be like mad at that person, even though like I don't even know who they are or what. I just don't want that to be like a no, fuck that person. It's like I don't think anybody meant to be rude. There were multiple comments. I don't think a single one of them meant to be malicious. It was just I was sensitive in that moment, but I think it was a good learning opportunity for all of us because now we know. And that's something that I think was really cool.
I love that that's how you said it too, is that it was a learning operative because without that, we never would have learned about cooperative interrupting.
And I'll tell you that
was it cooperative interrupting?
Cooperative interrupting or cooperative communication. I think either one.
Yeah. And like I wouldn't have learned about communication styles in general.
It made me feel like, I swear to God, as soon as I read that, it was like instantly some shame lifted off of me. And I was like, oh my God, that's just, it's literally, it's like putting the magical thinking thing.
Yes.
So when you have the way that you've grown up, you see things acting out in adulthood, you can be like, oh, that's not something I should feel shame over because it's literally just how I was raised.
It's an area of healing that I need.
Yeah.
And I think that like that is just proving my point in the post that we had made after the hot takes episode where I said that our community knows that the conversation isn't just between us. It's between everyone. And what a beautiful response to continue the conversation and open all of our eyes to something totally new.
Yeah. So thank you, Caitlin, for that.
Yeah.
It was so helpful and I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. That's all I have.
Okay.
But what I want to say before we do stories is, so we were going to do some style of listener tales. And we decided to let Patreon pick. So if you want to be somebody who votes. No, but okay. So host stories.
We have to find a like happy medium between pitching like, those things and like not.
But I also
because
just think some people don't know. And
that's true.
And then they're like, if this is like their third time listening, they're like, oh, maybe I do want to whatever.
Yeah.
But Host Stories won by like 50%. It was like so, but Ghost Stories was a very close second. It was like 39% or something. So I think we should do Ghost Stories next because I think people
we're coming up on spooky season.
That's what I was thinking. We get a couple ghost story.
Do you mean next week or the next stories?
The next story one.
Yeah, we do those like every 3 weeks.
See, thank you. That's where I didn't even realize that I said next week. I meant like next.
Oh no,
time.
You just said next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you finished it for me.
Yeah.
Because I would have just stopped talking. Sometimes that's the other thing. I'm so prepared for you to interrupt and I listen to it back that I'll just drop off sentences. I just stop talking. And then I'm like, hey, you didn't fucking finish that sentence. When I listen
Don't you know you're supposed to pick up here?
And I'm like, no, because I just assume somebody will finish it for me.
Yes. That's why it was so fucking difficult when I was trying to transcribe.
God.
Because you can transcribe in the editing software that I use, but
I can't imagine.
You can't with us because essentially there's not a single sentence really where we're alone.
For real.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh. That was
That
delightful.
about made me pee. You better stop.
You better quit it.
So I used to be a teacher.
No.
Could you imagine?
What?
First time hearing.
Yes.
So there was a guy that I taught with when I was teaching at the first school that I taught at. And I was an intervention specialist. So I would go into classrooms and I was just like the supporting teacher. They're supposed to be co-teachers, but I didn't know dick.
Right. So you're just like there for a good
So
time.
I would do the accommodations and modifications for tests, and I would take attendance. So
amazing.
So this guy I worked with, his name was Chip.
Okay.
All right. That's not his real name, but he went by Chip.
Okay.
I actually don't remember his fucking real name. Doesn't matter. His name's Chip. He was one of the most interesting characters I had ever met.
Awesome.
Okay. And for a very long time, there was another teacher there who was, I don't know if I'll keep this in. there was another teacher there who was not anyone's favorite person to work with.
Cool.
And he was keeping an annotated documentation.
What the fuck does that mean?
He was just, like keeping track of all the times this person fucked up and didn't do their job, or was just like blatantly miserable to work with. Like 30 pages. Okay. Anyway, he was an English teacher. He's a fantastic writer, has a great sense of humor. He and I started writing a television show. I should talk to Sabrina about that because she writes scripts.
She does?
She does.
She's so
Happy
talented.
birthday, Sabrina.
Happy birthday, Sabrina. I didn't tell you in a text, but I'm telling you now.
When you're listening to this, well, I don't know if you'll ever listen to this, but Corinne
Just know
often
that I
listens the day it comes out. So you tell her that we told her happy birthday, and it was like 4 days ago from when this is coming out. But so I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he often writes really funny statuses. And I'm reading this to you before we get into the host stories, just because I just read it and was chuckling, and Sierra was like, "What?"
Exactly.
So I'm reading it to all of you. Sometimes I'm absolutely amazed by the modern conveniences we enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
While I was teaching this afternoon, I was able to look out the window in my classroom and see my cracked windshield being replaced in my car, all without ever even having to step outside and hand over my keys. As a bonus, they also even severed the cord to my satellite radio antenna and forgot to reconnect the motor to one of my windshield wipers, which was brought to my attention when it began pouring while I was blasting down the highway at 70 miles an hour and was unable to see anything through my sparkling new windshield. Also, I believe I can hear a more than acceptable level of air whistling in from the top corner. Truly, what an amazing age we live in. So, safe to say he's probably unhappy with the service he received today.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
See, I'm somebody, you got to be direct with me because I'll listen to that and be like, that is amazing.
He had a great time. Sounds like a 5-star review to me.
Sometimes it's very hard for me to read sarcasm. Corey has this friend, and that he's just like a very like dry humor type of person. And I tell him all the time, I'm like, I don't know how to fucking read you, man. Like, I don't know if you like me. It feels like you hate me. But every time he sees me, he gives me the biggest hug. He's like, I love you. And then I'm like, really? Because
I don't know how I feel.
That vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently he does. So I don't know.
Okay.
Is chill about everything. He doesn't really get, but then he has no kind of, I'm just always like, I need something from you.
Yeah, give me. Listen, that's why it was hard to read people in LA. Remember?
Yeah, because
they gave us nothing.
He's literally like that, and I told him I was like, you would do great out there because I can't fucking read you, and I've known you for 4 years.
Yes,
almost 5.
I'll tell you what, I could take a nap right fucking now.
Could you? Go ahead. I'm about to tell you some stories.
This is my bedtime story.
Take a little nana.
All these host stories gonna put me right to sleep.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do a disclaimer real quick. If you're listening and anything sexual related might make you go, you should turn this off right now, because I did not pick stories that I thought would go over well with everyone. These stories are pretty graphic.
Hell yeah.
I really wanted to pull out all the stuff.
Yeah.
And I did. So
we getting
don't
kinky.
listen to it with your parents or your grandparents or
Or
your kids
do.
in the car, or do and talk to you like, Mom,
Maybe
if you're
not the
listening
kids.
right now,
That I didn't
not
know
the
she was going to say that. That was a really poor example of cooperative communication.
But Mom, seriously, don't listen to this one, or do, but don't talk to me about it later, because
You talk to me about it.
Yeah, my mom will always be like, so I heard your episode. Stop it, Mom. Don't talk to me about that. He's like, how's your butthole? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, here we go. Hey ladies, you can call me Miss Girl.
Ooh.
Since I don't exactly want to have my name out there, but my pronouns are she, her. So the semester after I had just got out of a super abusive relationship, this seems to be a theme, and I'm here for that, because what's better than getting over someone who fucking sucks than getting under a bunch of other people that fucking suck, that suck and fuck.
Hell yeah, we be sucking and we be fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I fucking mean? Okay. I really wanted to just enjoy being single and honestly a little selfish. Fuck yeah. So I downloaded Bumble and Tinder and Hinge. That semester, I had 2 regular hookups in between my other endeavors. So other things happening, but 2 on the regular.
I like to vicariously live through you guys, because
I
I
know.
never had this shit.
I know. Okay. Let's call them Bigfoot and Schlongdong.
Whatever you say.
I'd sometimes leave one, freshen up my lady friend, and go to another, because I'm a girl who knew what she wanted and was avoiding my trauma by being a hypersexual bestie, because I was also still harboring some internalized homophobia and sleeping with men to prove to myself that I didn't like women.
Oh my God, why am I turned on?
Turns out I do. Whoops. But this is the story about when I had to drop Bigfoot like a hot potato for giving me...
This is a story all about how I dropped Bigfoot like a hot potato.
For giving me chlamydia finger.
Chlamydia finger? Finger?
You heard that right. Chlamydia fucking finger. So Bigfoot was someone I met on Tinder and was about 6'6" compared to my 5'2", and he was just gorgeous.
That's a big foot.
That's a big foot. We had some fun for a while until one night I was doing a schmo job. It's hard to say. And he said, "Put your finger in my ass." Bestie, what? Now, I'm an adventurous girly and definitely not one to kink shame. I'll try anything once, so I did it. Didn't enjoy it, but goddamn it, I did it. Not only did shit get underneath my fingernail because this man couldn't even give me the decency of washing his asshole. I started off with a really good one. I
ever
gave
stuck
you
a
guys
finger
a
in an
fucking
asshole?
warning. Have I?
Yeah. Your own or someone else's? You stuck your finger in someone else's asshole? What's it feel like?
No, I have never.
You have. How many? 1?
Yeah.
2.
3, 4, 5, everybody. Come on, let's ride.
I've only ever stuck my finger in my own asshole.
No, I've done that. That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
It's my own.
Hey, leave it in the comments below.
How many fingers have you stuck? Oh, wait, no.
How many fingers have you stuck in your own asshole?
And another.
And why is it 3?
Oh my God. Okay.
You know where I did it?
Where?
In the bathtub.
Just to feel around.
Yep. I was like,
sometimes you're just curious.
I was like 14. And I was like, could I touch my own poop? Turns out, yeah. I'm disgusting. I'm aware. I don't care. You're a fucking liar if you said
you
you're not
let
trying
the intrusive thoughts about.
I did. I did.
I wonder if I could, and I'm doing it.
Oh.
And it's happening.
Oh, I had an itch in the back of my throat. It just went the wrong way. I'm gonna get there.
Okay. Here we go. Didn't wash his asshole. Okay. Before making this request, he gave me fucking chlamydia via his dirty asshole. We hadn't had the exclusivity talk, so we were both seeing other people at the time. Probably stupid on my part, but oh well, it's in the past now and I've learned. But I had the common sense to get tested regularly to make sure I was healthy. I knew it was him who had given it to me because I had tested negative for everything 2 days prior to this. Damn, she was getting tested like regularly, but good for you. More things happened that night after I had washed my hands, obviously, and I wound up getting chlamydia. No doubt from my own finger in his boy butthole. I let him know what had happened. He blamed me and didn't want to own up to his fuck up, but still wanted to hook up. No fucking thank you. We went our separate ways and he blocked me while also keeping my favorite vibrator. I got medicine and got my shit cleared up and decided to be a more monogamous girly. A few months later, I met the love of my life, and what was supposed to be a casual summer fling turned into 3 years and 2 cats with my best friend and true love. I had to kiss a few frogs or finger a few assholes. No, it's not.
Oh.
I had to kiss a few frogs or finger a few assholes to find him, but I am so happy to have him in my life. It's just a bisexual guy, which is the best kind. Not a bisexual guy.
It's a bisexual guy?
But a bisexual wife, you know.
Bi-wife energy.
That's what we're talking about.
No, I know.
I just can't.
But when she was saying that she had to kiss a few frogs, I thought she was going to hit us with a princess.
Same.
But
Nope,
all right.
just finger in the bus.
That's better.
Moral of the story is to get tested regularly and always make sure you're being safe if you're practicing the whole lifestyle, and to never let a man shame you for loving yourself and your body and what it's capable of doing. Love you, ladies, and I hope you enjoyed this shitty story.
Oh, literal poopy.
Yeah. So if that gives you any indication of what we got coming up,
I am
with a fucking bang.
Seatbelts on. You know what I'm saying?
Car is ready to go.
Yep.
Honk, honk. Why did I do this?
That's
not where my horn is.
That's not where your horn is. That's your gear shifter.
My horn honks when I put it in drive. Can you imagine? Honk! Sorry. The other day, Corey. Oh, did I ever tell you about the time? Sorry, my story's better than Corey's. And
Okay.
I went to my sister's house, and her driveway is kind of on a slight incline, right? So I got out of her car and walked around the back of my car. Nope, got out of my car.
I was like, I'm sorry. How many cars are you in at once?
I was in my car. Sorry. I get out of my car, walk around the back of it, go up to her house, and I'm like, that looks like it's still moving. And when I turned around, it was, in fact, slowly moving, because it's on an incline.
Yeah.
But it was in drive, moving towards her garage.
Oh, it was in drive. When you said it was slowly moving, I was like, backwards?
Nope,
no,
forwards. It was about to smash into her fucking garage. So I went, oh my God. And I fucking ran and had to jump into a moving car and slam on the the brakes. The gas.
I just slam on the gas because I swear to God, that thing's going through the driveway. What's it called?
Going straight to hell. Going through the driveway. Straight to the
garage door. Yeah. One way or another.
I'm like, let me in, bitch.
She's like, I don't have a key, but you can just drive through the fucking wall.
You know what to do. Just drive into my fucking house. Is that how loud I'm being?
No.
Okay. God,
I mean, yes, but no.
It's not that aggressive. Okay.
Look at the top part.
I looked at our sound. Okay. I looked at our sound and it looked wild, and I was
fine.
just really scared for all your ears.
No, it's fine.
All right, let's start this next. God damn it. It keeps taking me to the bottom. All right, next one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, ladies, my name is Shauna, she, her, and I love you both oh so very much and appreciate all the time and effort you put into this amazing community and all you do for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shauna. You're amazing. I got
Shauna
these stories.
with a W or a U?
W.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I got these stories like 4 days ago, so I don't remember most of them.
Okay.
So these are like fun for me as well.
Hey, if there's a Shauna with a U,
you're cool too.
also hell yeah. Just
want
want to say, yeah.
Out.
I was thinking about it. Also, I'm gonna need food after this.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Now let's get to it. I came out as bisexual when I was 17 years old. Don't most lesbians think it might just be bi panic? Yeah, I was 100% a big old lesbian and in denial.
Okay, someone said that Shane and I give them bi panic, and I didn't know what that meant.
Mm-hmm. No, it's just like when you're bisexual and there's a really hot couple or just two really hot people. Like I've had bi panic before for very androgynous people.
Yes.
Like non-binary. Oh my God. And I'm just like, everything about you is turning me on.
Yes.
Like
you feel like
the
the
masculine
best of both worlds.
the masculine energy, the feminine energy. It is all working.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh my
lot.
gosh. Oh, I thought it was a bad thing. So now knowing that like the
that's
bi
good.
panic meant that
Yeah, it
Shane
means
and
like
I-
you're like, I'm into all of it. Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't share though because I'm selfish.
It's fine.
So dream on.
A little backstory. I dated my first girlfriend for a year and then went off to college. It was wild the first year with a lot of sex with women. Best year of my life. I started dating this woman. Let's call her Maggie. It was honestly the most toxic relationship I'd ever been in to this day. She wasn't over her ex. She wouldn't commit to me. She lied. It was just a mess. My sophomore year, we broke it off finally. And after about a year, we just became really good friends. She really is an amazing person, but we were horrible together and she really fucked up my mental health. To her credit, we did have a sit down where she completely broke down and apologized a million times about all she did to me. Anyways, after we broke it off, I went to UMass Amherst, University of Massachusetts in Amherst. Sure. With a bunch of friends for Halloween. Those who know UMass call it Zoomass. It's wild. Zoomass or Zoom ass? Don't know. Who can tell?
Take your pick.
So my friends and I are partying and we meet up with some people we went to high school with, which was so fun. As the night is winding down, a guy that I went to high school with and had a major crush on at a young age was flirting with me, and I said, fuck it. I'm single and really don't know who I am right now. Let's figure it out. Well, I sure did this night. Things are getting hot and heavy and we're making out, taking clothes off, and about to, as Jerry says, tango. And he asked me to lick the lollipop, so to speak. I've done it before, so I didn't think much of it. Well, I said, okay, and went down there. Got it in my mouth and threw up on him.
I knew it. I knew that's where it was going.
But not because I was drunk. I looked up at him and go, yeah, I think this just confirmed for me that I only like women. And got up and went to sleep in the living room with no other words or looks. Super fucking awkward. You best believe I was up at like 6 a.m. hightailing it out of there to avoid the embarrassing morning after. Long story short, he told everyone we went to school with, and it's an ongoing joke now that his peener made me throw up. And honestly, it's hilarious. And anytime I see friends from high school, they joke about how he turned me gay. Don't worry, I tell them that's not how it works, and I've always liked women, and he just helped me come to terms with that in a very abrupt and disgusting way.
I like that if he is speaking about it, he is like
saying it was my dick.
yeah, he's like, yeah.
My dick. I hope to hear this shit show on the episode, but if not, I just want you both to know how much you've changed my life and how much I appreciate you both. Love from New England.
Oh, love back to New
Yeah.
England.
That's a good one.
I'd probably throw up on a dick too.
Yeah, me too. At this stage, I'm over. I don't want to see him near my face. Get away from me. I don't want it near my face.
I was like trying to take time to burp, but you kept talking, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this out. That's honestly what almost happened. There's so much saliva in my mouth right now.
Edited out how many times I said my face.
Nope, it's all in there. Take a lap every time Sierra says my face.
Yeah, start running, fuckers. This is gym class.
Hey, Shane and I
We're starting to run?
No.
Oh, good. I was going to be like,
no.
we can't hang out.
No. We're starting to think about being better.
Me too.
People.
Me too. I just went grocery shopping and bought all healthy food. Am I going to eat it? Is it going to go bad in my fridge? I don't know.
That's the fear. That's the fear.
I know.
But I'll tell you.
But I've done well.
Hey.
Hey.
Ollie is going to go to preschool. He doesn't know it yet. We don't call it preschool.
Okay.
We call it the program. The YMCA. Okay. Yes. But he's going to go in the afternoon.
Great.
And Shane and I are going to take that time to kind of like actually make real meals instead of ordering out all the time.
That's
and eating
what we
like
wanted to do.
butt shit.
Dude, because I'm like, I don't feel good. And I've also had diarrhea for like 6 days in a row.
Dude, I pooped my pants yesterday. Well, okay. Do you guys consider sharding pooping your pants?
Leave it in the comments below.
Yeah, tell us in the comments. Because I was like, we should go on a walk as a family after dinner. And
You
Shane's
gotta
like,
stop
that's
doing that.
walking?
Yes.
So I'm
At
like,
least get some Depends for the love
I
of God.
didn't know. Okay.
This is like the 3rd time you've told this kind of story where you're walking and
When?
almost pooping.
There's a lot of time that goes in between.
Okay.
Okay.
Like at least days.
Yeah, this time was like a week.
Okay.
All right. So we go on this walk and I'm like, Shane, I feel fucking bloated.
Yeah.
Bloated. I must be we're gonna take a test.
Mm.
We're gonna take a test
Okay.
to see what our allergens.
Yeah, I want to do my allergen test.
That's just right now how I found out I was drunk. Allergens.
I saw it in your face.
I know.
The realization.
Yeah.
That's a hard fucking word.
It was
Fair.
that made me sad. Anyway, we're gonna see what allergens are in our diet so that we can like be informed.
Yes.
And
Make
know
healthier
that if we're
options.
going to eat that we're gonna feel like shit or that we're going to shit ourselves.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get to like halfway through the walk and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
Shane, I gotta abandon you and the kids right now. I have to run home essentially. And so I take off and I am like clenching, thinking to myself, like, you're almost there, you're almost there, you're almost there. And I, for some reason, think that like the front door is going to be open.
No.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not. And so I go around the side and I'm able to unlock that door. Anyway, I get to the toilet and I was like, oh, made it. And then I look, no, I didn't.
Close, but
I
no
was
cigar.
like, nah, that's poop in my underwear. It was just like a shart. But I'm like, how'd you get out? And Shane's like, why were you trusting farts at that time? And I'm like, I didn't fart.
Yeah,
That's the
just
confusing
leaked
thing.
out.
Yeah, that's what has me in a
In a
bit
tizzy.
of in a conundrum, if you will, because I didn't fart. Why is that in my underwear? That is definitely poop.
Who put that there?
Yeah,
How'd you get there?
whose poop is this? Not my poop, not my problem. So yeah.
But yeah, me and Corey just decided. I was like, I don't like feeling like shit every day. And it's
Yeah.
not even about dieting because I don't even fucking like, I
No.
would never diet anymore. Well, I used to, but I would never anymore. But it's just like, I don't make smart food choices.
I don't make smart choices either, and it's important to me to start doing those things for my kids.
Yeah, I want to model that. I
Yes.
want my children to see like healthier options being the norm instead of like junk being the norm.
Yes.
Because I do truly feel like a lot of the food that I eat has been contributing to the ADHD and the like
Yep.
brain fog and all of that. I know
Yep.
there can be dyes
Oh,
and stuff.
my fatigue and
Yes.
stuff, definitely.
Yeah. And my mood and like
Mhm.
I just feel myself getting so yeah.
Yeah.
We've started that. All right, here we go.
I have intentions of starting it. We've not started shit, which means we may never. This could just live and die
And
here.
The other thing that I've started doing is just doing some kind of active exercise, not active movement
Yes.
a day. Doesn't even
Someone
have to
called
be
it
exercise.
joyful movement.
Yeah, that's what. So going on a walk. The other day I was just bouncing up and down the steps with Sawyer because she was having fun with it, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this actually, I feel a burn on my legs that I like.
Yeah.
So I was just like hopping up and down. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And I'm like, this. I count that. That's what I
Yep,
want to do.
that
like,
counts.
for a little bit of a day. Put that because afterwards I just feel better.
Yeah.
So, anyways, okay, back
So
to you
fucking
being
endorphins.
sluts, you fucking hoes. I love you
Yeah.
so much. Okay. Hi, ladies. Cannot believe I'm sharing this story. Those are my favorite ones. When they start like that, I'm like, fuck yeah, I know we're about to get a good one. Cannot believe I'm sharing the story, but I know you guys are a safe space, and I hope it will give someone out there a chuckle. You can call me A, and my pronouns are she, her. There's a lot of A's in this, by the way. This is quite literally a RROR story, and as it started out with amazing sex and ended with me hysterically crying with embarrassment. Years ago, I went through my party phase while living in Toronto, so I was living my best life, drinking, sleeping around, and partaking in the occasional party drug. On one particularly exciting night, my friends and I, 2 dudes and a girl, went to a paint party, which is as messy and fun as it sounds. I wanted to go to a paint party so many times.
I wanted to go to a foam party.
Yeah, fucking same. I don't know how you're wet at the end though, right?
One time I went to a party when I made out with that guy who was wearing a Michael Jackson glove.
Okay.
We walked from the party to like a club.
Yeah.
And they did a champagne shower. Miserable.
Yeah. Then
Absolutely
you're just wet
fucking
all
miserable.
night. I'm
I
like,
just
ew.
like, yeah.
I
It
was
was
sticky.
gross. Yep.
I don't want to be fucking
I
sticky.
made out with him during the champagne shower, and I remember thinking like, I thought this was gonna be more glamorous than it feels.
Dude, because let me tell you something, as someone who you sprayed directly in the face with champagne, if that gets in your eye, it fucking burns.
That's a fact.
It burns.
That's just a fact.
Okay. At the time, I was sleeping with dude A, and my bestie was sleeping with dude B, but nobody was dating, and it was all very casual. We take party drugs and have an amazing time dancing and laughing, but towards the end of the night, we decide to leave because we are covered in paint and desperately in need of a shower. When we get back to dude B's place, not the guy I was sleeping with, where the electricity between dude B and I was wild. After seeing this, my friend and dude A went into the shower together, leaving dude B and I to start making out in his bed. Unrelated to the story, but no, nobody had showered yet, which was hot as fuck and led to a little fling after the story, and you'll understand why in a minute. At this point, you need to know that I had to poop before going home with dude A, but couldn't because there was no toilet paper in the bathroom, so I figured it would be fine.
We used to hide toilet paper in the wall at the frats. We
That's
would.
what you gotta do.
Because there would
They
be
won't
none
ever
in there.
fucking have
It's
any.
fucking disgusting
Yeah.
in there. And so we would hide them in the holes in the walls.
There you go.
Because there's always holes in walls in frats.
They literally. I've been to like 3 frat houses, and they all looked like that.
There's nothing but holes in those walls.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Everyone returned to their partner, and I went home with dude A and proceeded to get dirty, if you know what I mean. I had done it in the butt before, and we were feeling it, so he proceeds to enter, and we are having fun until it feels more wet than normal. And yes, my friends, I am mortified to admit that in the midst of being high and horny, I forgot that I hadn't pooped, which is like rule 1 of booty club. There was poop. This is such a shit themed episode that I didn't actually mean to happen, but here we are. There was poop. I cringe to remember it even now. The smell, you guys.
Oh my God.
So what did I do? Naturally, I began hysterically crying, of course. I begged to leave because I was mortified, but this man, who was older and wiser than I, held me close. I'd be like, let me go shower first.
Yeah.
Held me close and
I
told
got
me
poopy on me.
told me it was okay and comforted me as best he could.
No,
Despite
it's not, dude. I
No,
have
I
shit
got
on me. Let
poopy
go
on
of me.
let me go shower.
You can comfort me when I'm done. I gotta go stick my finger up my butt. See if there's any more.
Despite my massive crush on him, that was the last time I ever saw him out of embarrassment and the last time I played with brown fire. After a few weeks, dude B hit me up again and I started casually seeing him, but dude A and I merely follow each other on Instagram and send cursory holiday greetings a few times a year while pretending I didn't basically shit all over him amidst a night of passion. Hope this isn't too scandalous, or is it scandalous enough? And thanks for letting me get this off my chest. Learn your lesson, ladies and gents. Don't hold in your poop, especially if you're high. Love you, ladies, and thanks for making my days brighter.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
I
so
didn't mean to make this a poop-themed episode.
did she do butt stuff with just Guy B?
Yeah, just Guy A. Guy B and her just made out.
Oh, okay.
So it was
okay.
nothing sexual there. I mean,
Got it. It was
making
just like
out.
prep.
Yeah, getting horned up.
Yeah. That was the sous chef.
Yes.
The sous sex.
I'm ready for my main course.
Yeah. Oh my God. I started watching The Bear. I've watched like 2 episodes.
What's the bear?
It's got, fucking, what's his name from Scandal? Lip.
Oh, you mean Shameless? You said Scandal.
Yes. Shameless. Sorry.
Let me tell you something. Lip is fucking
Oh my God. When I tell you.
but not conventionally attractive.
No.
It's the way he carries
No,
himself.
but I'm having a tough time.
Okay.
I'll tell you why after
right.
a second. But anyway, people talk about the show and that instead of saying daddy, they say yes, chef.
Yeah.
No. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. It's a very hard show to watch. There's a lot happening.
Okay,
And
so
I'm
it's
not
called
100
Bear?
It's called The Bear.
But
It's
if he's
on
in
Hulu.
it.
Yeah, that's why I
wanna
watch
see
it.
it. Yeah.
That's why I watch it. I had sex watching it the other night because I was like, I'm so fucking turned on by the fact that he exists. What I wanted to say is I was watching that show.
Mosby, would you like to kick me in the stomach some more, you dick?
And he kind of looks like my dad.
Oh, no.
And so now I have a hard time finding him attractive. I have to remind myself that he's not my dad.
You just said you had sex to it.
I did. I realized it after.
You finished and you're like, my dad.
You don't always think about your dad after sex. Daddy, no. Anyways.
Daddy, do you love me?
Yes, chef.
Okay, here we go. Hello, ladies. My name is Mac. She, her.
Miss Mary Mac,
all dressed in black, with silver buttons all down her back.
I'm sorry, you probably hear that all the time.
I'm so sorry. Honestly, that was the first thing that I was waiting, and then you did it, and I was like, "Cool, I don't
Here we go. One more time."
Miss Mary. Okay. This story is not really a horror story. By the way, if you like the energy of this episode, this is basically what Patreon is like all the time.
That's true. You were really fucking pitching Patreon.
I'm sorry,
tonight.
I didn't mean to. But your energy, your chaoticness.
Am I chaos?
I can definitely tell you've had some alcohol, but your energy is giving Patreon. That's why I had to. I didn't mean to. You don't have to get it. I'm just saying this is a good preview because this is literally what it's like.
Yeah, that's true.
We're very unhinged. Very unhinged.
Absolutely unhinged.
Okay. This story is not really a horror story. I gotta take a sip of this. My lips are just fucking.
I'll tell you. I put this nail polish on.
Stop picking it.
Just like maybe an hour ago, and I've already peeled off 3 nails.
I'm so tired of you.
2, but also I'm working on a 3rd. I really just am speaking that into existence.
Stop it. That's the one you just repainted.
I know.
Oh my God. Okay. This story is not really a horror story, but more one that I think you will enjoy just because it's wild.
Hell yeah.
So a few months ago, I left a toxic relationship and decided to explore myself and what life had to offer.
So I stuck my finger in my butt and I felt my own poop.
Part of this exploring was that I am a queer woman and have had sex with a few women, but never actually dated any. So it just so happens, I always ended up dating a man. So when I got out of this relationship, I decided that I was going to date some women and explore that side of me. I met this woman, let's call her Anna. Anna, when we met, was very upfront with me that she is married to a man and they have a polyamorous relationship. So,
okay.
Yeah. So they both have other partners. It's all very consensual and fine. I'm a very open person, so this was not a problem to me. We're all consenting adults, and so instead of being turned off by it, I asked what their rules are in their relationship so that I would not accidentally cross any boundaries, and we continued to see each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost love that for polyamorous relationships. Some of them I feel like are... Well, I feel like a lot of them are better than relationships that I've had for sure. But just the amount of respect, communication, boundaries, like they can be very, very, very good relationships. It's all about like doing it correctly and who's comfortable with what and just listening and talking to your partner or partners. Okay. So she's always been very open about her husband, talking about him to me, but has always referred to him as JC, which is his nickname. She changed it for the sake of the story. I knew about him and he knew about me, and we'd even discussed me possibly meeting him sometime because both him and I were open to it. Now, here's where things take a turn. After 3 or 4 dates with Annie, I almost said Anna, but it's Annie, I think. I'm out to a bar with friends and I'm approached by this man. We hit it off, exchanged numbers, and he asked me out on a date. Annie and I had already discussed that we are not exclusive, so I continued to see this man, who was named Jack. And we really connected. Jack was also very upfront that he was married and in a polyamorous relationship. I never really thought anything of both the people I'm seeing being in polyamorous relationships because I work at a local gay/drag bar and it's super common in the community there. So I knew so many people that were polyamorous that I never really questioned it. Jack never reveals his wife's name, but I never asked. He obviously was private about it, and when he was willing to share, he would bring it up. Now, fast forward to 2 weeks ago. Annie and I have been seeing each other.
2 weeks ago? This is recent.
So recent.
Oh, my God.
Annie and I have been seeing each other for about 3 months, and I've been seeing Jack for about 2. Annie and I are at the gay bar I work at seeing a drag show when she lets me know that her husband accidentally locked himself out of the apartment, and because they just lived a few blocks away, he was going to walk to the bar to grab the keys. She asked if I was okay with meeting him or if I would rather her meet him outside alone. I said of course not. I would love to meet him, and he's even welcome to stay for the show and hang out with us if he'd like. About 5 minutes later, I hear a voice behind us say, well, isn't this the funniest shit I've ever seen? Recognizing the voice, I turn around quickly to make eye contact with Jack, or as Annie introduced him, JC. Yes, you heard that right. For 2 months, I've been sleeping with the husband and wife without even knowing it.
Oh my God.
My heart stopped and I wanted to die on the spot. Luckily, they both found it very funny that they had both been seeing me for months and talked about me with each other and never realized I was the same person because they never showed each other photos and they knew me as different names. Annie knew me as Mac because that's what I go by at work, which was where we met. And Jack met me as MJ because that's what the group of friends I was out with call me.
Wow. Okay. So now in my head, I'm like, do y'all just like thruple then?
Long story short, I went home with the both of them last night, and I continue to see them both separately and together. I hope you enjoy my story of how I accidentally entered a thruple. You nailed it. Yep.
That's fascinating.
Isn't it?
And also it kind of speaks to like the married couples like connection in a way because like they have the same type.
Yeah, very much so.
Obviously.
Yes.
Like that is fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah. And I love the way that happened too, because one of the things that, I mean, with polyamorous relationships or like thruples in general is like, I would worry that one person is kind of like spearheading that and encouraging the other person to do something.
And I've known people to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that would worry me is like, is this person just so in love with the other person they want to maintain the relationship that they go along with something that isn't really true for them? But like, obviously both of them
are totally,
Yeah.
Again, it can work. It can work very well. And I think sometimes better than traditional marriages. But it
is fascinating to think about because like I don't know that would be something that is in my wheelhouse.
Oh, I couldn't. I
don't think so.
I'm just a very we're monogamous people.
Yes.
So that's just the way that it is. Some people aren't, and that's okay. But like, I couldn't.
But I could also understand why it wouldn't. Like, I know for me what is true, but I also could understand why someone is like, I'm going to be here on this planet, inhabiting this body for this long, and you don't expect me to, like,
be with anyone else or even have that connection with anyone else.
Yeah, that's hard to think about.
Because that's how cheating happens. I feel like there are people who are supposed to be polyamorous, and they just... instead of they pretend to be monogamous for people, and then they just are cheaters and serial cheaters, and it's like, well, you're hurting people in that scenario. Just be open and honest about who you are,
right? And they may not even know about that just because of like societal norms. And like the idea of that is just such a no in society.
Right,
it's so taboo.
It is
taboo.
Fucking boo-hoo taboo. Okay.
That's what I always say.
If there's one thing I fucking say. All right. I forget like all of these, so hopefully they're good.
I picked all my notes.
It says, hey ladies, my pronouns are she, her. There's trigger warnings for this one, mentions of family deaths and drinking in this. Okay. They just give it, so thank you.
This is a whole story?
Yeah, it's not like the theme of it. It just is in passing, so that I think they just wanted to mention that.
Got it.
Back in high school, I had a big crush on one of my close friends. We'll call him Adam. During high school, he had a death in the family, so that's where that one.
Yep.
And as it goes, I was one of the only people there to support him through it. He moved away for college and then back again to our small town for a while. At the time of him moving back, I had also just had someone in my family pass. I thought Adam would return the favor and support me through it, but he hardly acknowledged it, which I honestly, you're shaking your head, and I feel like it's because, have we both been through situations like that?
Honestly, I was thinking about getting a nose ring.
Are you joking me?
I swear to God, I looked at your nose and I started then thinking about getting a nose ring and like maybe wearing a little gold hoop and like how I would go about doing that if
Our
I could.
fucking ADHD
I'm
is
so
terrible.
sorry. I'm sorry. Then you started explaining shit and I'm like, that's what you were just saying. I was honestly sorry. Okay.
No, it's okay. Do you want to go get piercings?
I want to get a nose piercing.
Let's go do it.
Okay.
What should I get?
Tomorrow?
When you should, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to get?
I don't know. What do I want to get?
I don't know. I just asked you.
What do you think I should fucking get?
I don't know.
I got like nothing left to pierce.
You
I
gonna
could
get
do
a
my
Monroe?
belly button again.
You could do your belly button again.
I feel like I'm too old for that.
I always felt like I was too old for my nose, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
I'm a 31-year-old with a fucking nose ring, and
No,
I
no, no.
love
I
it.
feel like if you have
To
one,
just get one.
yeah, to like your first time is at 31, but like
No, who
make your
gives
own
a
rules.
fuck? I get an
Go on.
eyebrow piercing.
I want Shane to also get a nose piercing. Oh my God. God. Your ex-boyfriend does piercings.
That's who I was thinking about going seeing.
Yeah.
Going and seeing.
Yeah, let's do
He
it.
said they take walk-ins. So.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
Tomorrow it is. Tomorrow I'm getting a nose ring. Next time you
Back
see me, I'm
to-
going to have a nose ring.
Back to talking about people's family members passing.
Family members passing. He went away to college.
His did. She supported him.
Yes.
Then hers did. He did not. Okay, that's where we're at.
Oh,
now.
I missed that part.
Yeah,
Got it.
That's the part where I thought you were like, "Oh, that happened to me," because that happened to me before, and I was like, Adam told me he and his college girlfriend broke up, and he confessed his feelings for me, outright saying he loved me. Oh, I told him I loved.
jump.
Yeah, I told him I loved him too, and we slept together that night. All time low playing in the background. Should have taken
Wow.
that as a warning sign.
Yep.
Long story short, he and his ex weren't actually broken up, and they were actively living together.
What a piece of shit.
Right? I was incredibly hurt and cut him out of my life for years. About 5 years go by. We are both freshly out of different relationships, hanging out at a party, and we consummate our reunion loudly. We're hanging out at least every week. So they get back together. They're fucking. We're hanging out at least every weekend, going bar hopping and spending time with friends. Definitely going in the direction of a relationship until one night when his sister texted me asking if he's with me. Shocker, he wasn't. I try to get a hold of him as well, as we're all worried now and he's not answering the phone. The next day, Adam texts me a long list of compliments and an apology that ends with him getting back with his last girlfriend, not the college ex. I remove myself from the friend group since it's awkward now. Blasting Truth Hurts by Lizzo daily to work must have been an accidental manifestation because suddenly his best friend was already in my DMs. I'll be honest, though, I was also friends with this person who we'll call Daniel, and Adam was really insistent that I didn't need to leave the friend group. Over the course of chatting, I grew an attraction to Daniel, and he invited me over one night to hang out, and we know what kind of story this is. We hooked up. I spent the night, we hung out the next day, and I slept over again. In the morning, Daniel was in the living room while letting me sleep in his bed. Did I mention that Daniel and Adam were roommates? Whoop, whoop. Adam was gone the night before, but he had come home this morning. I heard a knock on Daniel's door and hear Daniel yell from the living room, "Hey, wait!" as Adam opens the door to me laying in Daniel's bed. Adam awkwardly asks if he can make me breakfast, then invites me to tag along to house showings with his girlfriend.
Said, "Can I make you breakfast?" Wasn't me.
Can you come to the showings with my
Wasn't me.
girlfriend? I obviously said no to both and then had Daniel drive me home, but not before Adam asked 3 times if he could drive me himself. Weird. Daniel and I did ask for Adam's blessing to hang out more intimately, which he granted, but it was still so hilariously awkward whenever the 3 of us were in a room together. I wouldn't change it, though. Plus, his friend fucked better.
Hell yeah. This is a Daniel appreciation episode.
Yes.
Hell yeah. That's dope.
Thank you. I wrote it myself.
Oh my God.
This was my story.
Oh my God. Someone, I was at the store with my kids. And this woman came up and saw Forrest and she goes, "Where did that red hair?" Or she goes, "Look at that red hair." And I go, "Thank you. I made it myself." And she was like, oh. Like, yeah, just like, okay, you fucking
I thought she was
weirdo.
going to ask where it came from. And I was like, for
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
Do you know Soy is she's got some red hairs coming in.
You've said that.
It's wild.
I'm wanting her to go full red.
I do
Shane
too.
You sent a Snapchat today of her kissing herself in the mirror. So fucking cute. First of all.
Oh my god.
Second of all, Shane's like, she looks just like Corey. And I'm
it's
like,
pissing me off. She's starting to look
think?
so much. I get that all the time. People are saying she's starting to look so much like him.
there are kids I feel like you look at and one person sees one parent and
Yes.
the other person sees the other parent.
Well,
they're like
your nephew.
shapeshifter babies.
That's your nephew.
Yeah, 100%.
Manny can look like either your
100%.
sister or her husband. If
Yeah.
he's sitting beside one or the other, he looks exactly like that one.
Yep.
And I think that's what Sawyer's going to be.
Well, Ollie does that too.
Yeah.
And the only reason Forrest doesn't is because he has red hair.
Yeah.
He has freckles.
Oh
my God, Forrest
so
is
does
getting
Sawyer.
freckles.
She's got him on the back of her arms, a little small one.
He's got him on his nose.
Oh my God.
I freaked out over him and Ollie was like, I want freckles. And I was like, oh, but you don't. No.
You don't have them.
You don't have them, do you? No, I didn't do that to him. But also, Forrest pooped in the yard. Did I tell you that?
Wait, your kids have just been shitting in the yard a lot.
Forrest has done it twice.
Didn't Ollie do it once?
Well, that was an accident.
Okay.
He thought it was a fart. But Forrest, today, he had no diaper on and he was walking around the yard and he looked stressed. And I was like, are you okay? And he was like, and I'm like, do you have to poop? And he's like, no. And then he goes over and he grabs the fence and he just fucking drops a turd. And I'm like, you did have to poop, you liar. That is a full poop.
Oh my God.
So I had to clean up human poop out of my yard today.
Yeah, every time I see pictures
Again.
that you said, which obviously they're blocked out, but they are naked in the yard. I'm just like, they are shitting there. I can
They
tell
are
you
naked
shitting.
all the time. They won't. They do not keep clothes on. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to try and fight you about this.
No, I mean, fine. Do
Yeah.
what you have to do.
Yep.
Hey ladies, I'm Allison, she, her, and although this isn't exactly a hoe story, my partner and I believe it's pretty memorable. So we like all stories,
Yeah.
all sorts of stories that have to do with
Whatever you got.
relationships, and we're just here for them. So a little backstory: my partner, him, and I are celebrating our 4th anniversary on the 13th. I don't know fucking what month this was, but there we go.
Happy anniversary.
Probably,
some
I'm
point.
We've been together since we were 16, but we didn't go to the same school. We met over socials, aka Instagram. I never tell anyone that because it's so cringy. I don't think so, but I get
don't think
it.
so.
Anyways, because we didn't go to the same school and we lived 30 minutes apart, we were absolute horn dogs when we got to see each other once a week. Prior to my partner, I had very limited sexual experience, and I knew that he had slept with a longtime girlfriend before me. Now, I want to be clear that I've never felt pressured by my partner to do the deed when I wasn't ready. However, being the last person in my friend group to still have my V card, I felt extremely inclined to make it happen as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I get that feeling.
Same.
I was gonna say, I feel like we both know that.
Yep. It was like a thing.
We were like the last of us.
Oh, for sure.
Sheesh.
But there was someone when I was in college who hadn't yet,
yeah.
and we called it losing your room key.
Yeah.
And so when she did, she walked into the room and just threw her room key, and we were like,
Ah! That's amazing.
Yep.
So one day when I drove to a city to hang out, we decided that was the day. Originally, we had planned on going to his mom's house, but she unexpectedly came home from work early, and the next best option was the back of his, and then there's a blank, which I'm assuming is like a car, maybe?
Mhm.
But it's a blank. I don't know, but I think it's supposed to be a car.
okay.
Now, to set the scene, it was broad daylight sometime in July, and my hormonal teenage brain suggested that we go to a park behind a grocery store turned church in his Midwest town. Sadly, once we got there, we remembered that it was Wednesday, and Wednesday night is summer camp. A summer camp was going on, and we decided it likely wouldn't be the best idea to fornicate behind a church full of kids. And our last resort option was the parking lot of a local movie theater. This is broad daylight, by the way.
I was gonna say these are all places that
Yeah.
I've done it.
Church parking lot?
Not
I
a
have.
church parking lot. Multiple different parking lots.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Weird.
And we had parked there a couple times before to make out at night, but it was an entirely different situation in the afternoon sun, but I guess we just didn't care. He shut off the car and we each climbed into the back seat. The tension was awkward as shit, but I assume that's how sex always started.
You lost it in the car?
Hold on. We'd been making out for a while when I decided I was ready, and I took off my shorts and my bare cheeks hit the hot leather seats. Just as he was fidgeting with the condom, I looked back to see the flash of red and blue lights and an officer walking up to his side of the car.
No.
Without giving me any time to redress,
Oh, no.
my partner rolls down the window for the officer, and there I was, sitting bare-assed in a movie theater parking lot.
Oh no. Oh no.
I blacked out a lot of what the officer said as I replayed my life decisions in my head, wondering how I wound up in this situation. The officer had gone back to their car to allow us to finish dressing, and when she came back, she told, at least it was a girl. I feel like a girl officer's better.
Be nicer.
Yeah. Because they didn't arrest them, which
Yeah.
I think is probably what could have happened.
Mhm.
Like, that's like indecent exposure.
Yeah.
To finish dressing, and when she came back, she told us to go home, but if they ever caught us again, that we'd be in major trouble. Having just driven to his city, I wasn't ready to go back home yet, so I went back with him to his dad's house and met his family for the first time. All while being commando, because I threw my underwear in his console as I was scrambling to get dressed.
Oh.
To this day, we have not gone back to that theater, and we now have a hilarious story to tell our friends and, well, you guys. But you all are like friends anyways. Thank you, ladies, for so they're still together.
They are still together.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, good.
I love that. Oh yeah, this is their 4th anniversary. God, we are terrible.
Oh yeah, fuck.
This is them.
Sorry.
Okay. To this day,
I was still thinking about getting a nose ring. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you, ladies, for everything you do. I force my partner to listen to your episodes all the time, and I think he's reluctantly becoming a huge fan, just like me.
Aw.
Love you, ladies. Love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, one more.
Last one.
Last one.
Buckle up, motherfuckers. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. Okay, so Ollie is obsessed with a show called Storybots.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds fucking awesome.
It's on Netflix. It taught me how planes work. It teaches, it's like it's the same kind of formula as Sesame Street.
Yeah.
But like it was talking about precipitation. It was talking about how computers
Dude,
work. Fucking Snoop Dogg was on that episode. Okay?
Of course he was.
Yeah, it's dope. Anyway, one of the episodes.
Noah loves educational shit like that, and I fucking love watching it because I'm like, I'm learning so much.
Definitely watch it.
And he'll come down and he'll like school me on shit. I'm like, how'd you learn that? He's like, TV. And I'm like, see, it's not all bad. It's not all bad.
One of them was like learning about viruses and stuff and like colds
that's
and how that
awesome.
happens, why you can't eat sweets all the time. Anyway, so the one about precipitation, how rain happens. They go from evaporation to condensation to precipitation. When you get to precipitation, it has all of these water droplets falling, and one of them goes, "Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Nature!" And I was like, when it said "Yippee-ki-yay, Mother,"
you're
Shane
like-
and I locked eyes, and we were like, "What?" And then it finished with nature, and I was like, "Hell yeah!"
That's for the adults. 'Cause
Hell
the kids
yeah.
aren't gonna know.
For sure. But it was
that's
so fucking
hilarious.
funny. Yes.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Noah watches this show. Fuck, what is it called?
Fuck.
It's on Netflix, but it's something about history. But basically,
Okay.
people dress up and they go back in time, but it's like they really are going back in time, right? And so it's always like historical figures.
Yeah.
And he'll come downstairs and be like, "Did you know this about Harriet Tubman?" And blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he knows so
Yeah.
much about them.
Yeah.
He'll come down and just like school me. He thinks it's so interesting. And they do it in a way that's like funny and
Yep.
entertaining. And I'm
Yep.
like,
That's how Storybots is too. And
Yeah.
Ollie is like, he tried to say precipitation or no, evaporation, and it was like the cutest fucking thing I'd ever heard in my life.
yes.
So fucking cute. Also, the song at the beginning, is my new like vocal stem. I'm constantly going Storybots. If you guys watch it, you know that's exactly how it fucking sounds.
See, I have so many vocal stems now that are coming from TikTok, which obviously the corn one is
Go!
happening. But then that would be my big fat ass. that one's happening a lot.
Yeah.
It's pretty much everything in my life has now come from a TikTok sound. It's probably not
Love
great,
that.
but okay, here we go. It's
Last
a
one.
short one, but it's
Oh, short but last.
yeah. Or I have another one, but it can be our last.
We're
It
gonna do
has
more on
the
Patreon.
juice.
It
Yeah,
has the
We are
juice.
gonna do more on Patreon, so sign up on Patreon.com.
Not this Friday. next Friday.
Hi, ladies. I'm B, she, her, and this story happened when I was a sophomore in college. I was visiting my friend C, she, her as well, for a night at her bigger university's fun party scene. Her roommate was away, so it was perfect. We're partying, I'm making a fool of myself in beer pong, and she's making out with A, he, him. I'm so excited my friend might get some, until we all get into the Uber to go back to her dorm, and I realize that A is coming with us. Picture me, 19 and drunk, eating dry Captain Crunch from the box on the top of my friend's dorm bunk bed.
Hell yeah.
While she and A are getting it on down below.
Oh my God, that happened to me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like a lot of people in
remember
college.
hearing my roommate, like, get it.
No.
Get it. His name was Kyle. I think we're still Facebook friends.
Oh my God.
Kyle and I. Yeah. I don't know why we became friends.
That's
he was just
hilarious.
hooking up with my roommate.
Sorry. What are you going to do? Suddenly, I hear gagging. A is throwing up. He's throwing up into my friend's wicker waste paper basket. And in case you didn't know, wicker is not watertight.
Nope.
Sour vodka puke is dripping onto the floor.
Oh no. Oh no. I feel like I know exactly what that feels like to come out of my mouth.
Yep.
Oh no.
I know, same. She's rubbing his back, whispering, "It's okay, just let it out." Suddenly, he's drinking directly from her Brita filter. Yep, pukey mouth right on the Brita. I am horrified.
Oh no.
C tucked him back into bed and let him sleep it off. They dated for 6 months.
Oh my God, damn.
And that's the end of that.
He
story.
must have the juice.
He has the juice. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. You're right.
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Did you like those?
Yes, I did like those. Thank you so
I always
much.
feel so self-conscious about the ones I picked. I was like, were those funny? Because
Why?
I always laugh out loud, or if I have an audible reaction
Yes.
when I'm reading it, I add it,
Yeah,
no matter what.
That seems fair.
Okay. But then I'm always like, did I not? Whatever.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I drank a lot.
I know.
I didn't mean to, and I apologize. Every time I drink a lot, I think of people who are sober or people who like have had people who drink a lot in their family, and I feel really, really guilty.
Yeah.
But
We don't do this a lot. We do this hardly ever.
I mean, I'm just having a good time. But I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you. If you're like, I'm fucking tired of you drinking all the time, I'm really sorry that this is the only version of me that you get sometimes.
It's not. We were so sober last week.
We were so sober.
Yeah.
Still chaotic.
Yep.
But sober. That was caffeine.
Yeah.
So
I think you can. That, by the way, everybody who's asking, that is Nick Miller. Nick Miller from the streets of Chicago. Jerry's kissing him.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Also, I would like to say that we
I
both
blocked your goose.
drink responsibly, and that's important.
It is important.
I think that's the biggest thing.
I
We are
think
adults over 21 who consume alcohol very responsibly.
I was gonna say, I
and
think
very
that there's
rarely.
people who's like, you don't need to do that. Stop it. And to those people, I'm so sorry.
And to what? You don't need to drink?
No. To the people who are like, you don't need to explain yourself.
Oh yeah, well you don't see inside of our DMs.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
So I wish we didn't have to.
There's a lot
but
of
we
times
do.
where I'm like, we don't have DMs because I'm just not prepared for all of them.
No, no offense.
The majority of them are sweet.
No offense to the ones that send sweet ones. If you're like, why haven't you looked at my messages? I straight up some weeks can't even look in the DMs because I'm so afraid to see one that's going to make me spiral.
I think about all the times that we were like, send us direct messages. Let us know.
Dude, we had like 14 followers.
I know.
I was being nice. And then Jerry was like, hey, maybe stop telling people to message us. I was like, but this is so exciting.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
And now it's over.
That I knew that people were listening. And now
Yeah.
it's like a lot of people are listening. And some aren't as happy as others.
I can't stop thinking about sheets.
It's gone.
Gone. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you had a great time.
Me too.
I love you. And if you didn't have a good time, go stick your finger up your butthole, and I promise you, your time will get
You're
better.
going to feel something. I'll
You'll
tell you that
feel
right
something more. Okay.
And it's gone.
It is gone. If you stick it up there, you're going to feel a big lump with knobs. You have the juice.
You have the
Just
juice.
remember that. If there's nothing else you get from this episode, just remember that you have the juice.
And I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
Hell yeah. Add butter and your whole world will change. All right. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. We love you so much. We will see you next week.
All right.
We're out.
Goodbye.